There are gods who descend from heaven just to spread their seed in horrifying ways, gods who kidnap and destroy for their amusement, and gods who outright bully anyone in their path. In ancient times, gods were revered as the creators of all things, and people worshipped them for their deeds. However, upon closer examination, it becomes evident that some of the gods in mythology seem to be more like jerks than benevolent beings. And boy, they have committed some very messed up things. If you think about it, it's not just a few isolated instances, rather, a lot of the gods display jerkish behavior more often than not. However, one particular god stands out as perhaps the biggest jerk of all, none other than the god of time, Cronus. But before we forget, if you enjoy this kind of video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe later. In Greek mythology, Cronus, also spelled Kronos, was one of the Titans, a race of powerful deities that preceded the Olympian gods. He was born from the primordial deities Uranus, the sky, and Gaia, the earth. According to myth, Uranus and Gaia were among the first beings to emerge from the primordial chaos and were responsible for the creation of the universe and all its inhabitants. Uranus, his father, was the embodiment of the sky, representing vastness, eternity, and the celestial realm. His powers included control over the heavens, the stars, and the elements of the atmosphere. Gaia, on the other hand, symbolized the earth itself, embodying fertility, nurturing, and the physical world. Her powers extended to the land, the seas, and the creatures that dwelled upon her surface. Cronus is typically depicted as a towering figure with a commanding presence, reflecting his status as a titan and a ruler of the cosmos. He possesses a regal bearing, often depicted wearing a crown or adorned with symbols of kingship. His physical appearance is that of a mature and powerful man, radiating an aura of authority and strength. Cronus is usually depicted wielding a scythe or sickle, a symbol of his role as a harvest deity and the god of time. This association stems from his role in regulating the cycles of the universe and the passage of time itself. As the ruler of the cosmos, Cronus held sway over the eternal flow of events, overseeing the birth, growth, and eventual decay of all things. His dominion over time made him a figure of great significance in the pantheon of gods, embodying the inevitability and permanence of change. In the ancient world, Cronus was revered as a deity by certain cultures, particularly in regions where Greek mythology held sway. Temples and shrines dedicated to Cronus have been discovered in various archaeological sites, indicating the presence of organized worship and ritual practices. Festivals and ceremonies were held in his honor, often celebrating the cycles of nature and the passage of time. You might be wondering, did I click on the wrong video? Because at first glance, Cronus doesn't seem messed up at all. Well, get ready for the juicy part. It's time to delve into the darker side of Cronus's story. Cronus, despite his status as a powerful deity, is remembered in Greek mythology for his series of heinous acts, which have cemented his reputation as a dangerous and deeply flawed god. His first messed up crime, or should I say, his first cut, is called the castration of Uranus. Yup, you heard it right. Cronus's first infamous act was the castration of his own father, Uranus. Driven by a desire for power and resentment towards Uranus's oppressive rule, Cronus used a sickle given to him by his mother, Gaia, to sever Uranus's genitals, thus overthrowing him and claiming dominion over the cosmos. But why did he do it? Was Uranus's head down there so big that Cronus mistook it for his actual head? You see, the act of castration holds symbolic significance beyond mere physical violence. In Greek mythology, castration is often associated with themes of emasculation, power dynamics, and the overthrow of authority. By castrating Uranus, Cronus not only physically incapacitates his father but also symbolically strips him of his power and authority as the ruler of the cosmos. As the new ruler of the cosmos, Cronus established a tyrannical regime characterized by fear, oppression, and violence. He ruled with an iron fist, suppressing dissent and quashing any attempts to challenge his authority. Under his rule, the world languished in a state of stagnation and despair as Cronus hoarded power for himself and denied his subjects their rightful freedoms. But perhaps the most chilling aspect of Cronus's character is his propensity for devouring his own offspring. Fearing a prophecy that foretold his downfall at the hands of one of his children, Cronus consumed each of his newborn offspring: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon immediately after their birth, ensuring that none could challenge his reign. You might be wondering if Cronus devoured his children, including Hades and Poseidon, then why are they still alive and well? You see, there's an important twist to the story. When Rhea, Cronus's wife and sister, became pregnant with their sixth child, Zeus, she devised a plan to save the child from the same fate as his siblings. Rhea sought the help of her mother Gaia, the earth goddess, who advised her to give birth to Zeus in secret and to present Cronus with a swaddled stone instead. When Zeus was born, Rhea hid him away in a cave on the island of Crete, while she presented the stone to Cronus, who promptly swallowed it, believing it to be his newborn son. Zeus, hidden away and raised in secret, grew to maturity and eventually returned to confront his father. In the course of the conflict, Zeus forced Cronus to regurgitate his swallowed siblings, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, who were all still alive and unharmed, having been preserved within Cronus's stomach. And with the help of his mother and his allies among the Titans, Zeus waged war against Cronus and the other Titans in what is known as the Titanomachy. Cronus's downfall was ultimately orchestrated by his own hubris and the forces of destiny. During the Titanomachy, Zeus and his allies waged a fierce battle against Cronus and the Titans, culminating in a decisive confrontation between father and son. Despite Cronus's formidable power, he was ultimately defeated by Zeus, who wielded the thunderbolt given to him by the Cyclopes. In a final act of defiance, Cronus was cast down from his throne and imprisoned in the depths of Tartarus, the darkest abyss of the underworld. Cronus's fall marked the end of an era and the dawn of a new age, as Zeus and the Olympian gods ascended to power and established their dominion over the cosmos. The Titanomachy served as a testament to the enduring struggle between order and chaos, as well as the cyclical nature of history and the inevitability of change. Despite his defeat, Cronus's legacy endured as a cautionary tale about the perils of arrogance and the fleeting nature of power. Cronus's actions epitomize the dangers of absolute power and unchecked ambition. He is a figure consumed by paranoia, driven to extreme lengths to maintain his grip on power and control. His willingness to commit unspeakable acts of violence, including patricide and infanticide, underscores his depravity and moral bankruptcy. While Cronus is primarily remembered for his darker deeds, there are interpretations in which he is credited with certain contributions to humanity. In some myths, Cronus is associated with the establishment of civilization and the development of agricultural practices. As a harvest deity, he was believed to bring prosperity and abundance to the land, ensuring the fertility of the earth and the well-being of its inhabitants. However, Cronus isn't the only god to find himself in the god's prison, also known as Tartarus. Atlas, the god who carries the world on his shoulders, is sent there along with Cronus and other titans. If you're curious to learn more about the Titanomachy and Tartarus, click the video on the left. If you're interested in discovering more about other mythical beings, click the one on the right. And if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell to stay updated on future videos.